It was Pokemon Day this week, and they released a lot of information about Pokemon Legends CA, so we're going to talk about it. Alright guys, it's been a long time since I've done any video using my computer, so I've tested the audio, I've tested the computer audio. We should be good. Hopefully everything's great. But anyway, we got a lot of new information about Legends ZA as on the video from the presents, as well as on the video game website. I'm not going to go through the whole presents. I'm just going to go through Legends ZA. That's what I'm most interested in. The other title that was announced was Pokemon Champions. So I'm not into competitive like that. Maybe I will be with Champions. It reminds me a lot of like the old was it Battle Revolutions? That's what it reminds me of, or Pokemon Stadium. So we'll see if it catches on as much as they want to. I think the fact that you can bring Pokemon from your home into the game is pretty cool. It might bring more people into the game, but that's not my interest. My interest is Legends. So we're going to watch the trailer and we're going to talk about all the info. I love Kalos, so I'm already like so hyped about this. And the character models, love. They're definitely like the Scarlet and Violet graphics, but I definitely think they're a step up. It feels a lot smoother. There are still some glitchy things, but we still have so much time. And we got our starters. There's still so much time. Let me pause right here. There's still so much time before the game's release. Like, even you can tell here, like, some of the textures. I still think these are better than Scarlet and Violet. I think a lot of things we're seeing right here are better than Scarlet and Violet. And there's still more time to improve it. So I'm not taking this as the final result, but I do like what I'm seeing, and I do think we're moving forward from Scarlet and Violet. Obviously, I won't know until I actually play the game. I love Scarlet and Violet. I still play it regardless of all the glitches and stuff, but obviously I would hope with the next title that they fix a lot of that stuff, because sometimes it really does get really annoying. Wait, we got our starters, so let's rewind to our starters. Here are our starters. We got Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. It is really crazy to me that we have two Gen 2s. Obviously, can't have Cyndaquil because it was in the first Legends. But I really want to know what the purpose was here. If there is, like, I really hope there's something to the lore of this. I don't know, obviously. I know as much as you guys. It is weird. I love the memes where it's like Chikorita and Totodile are besties, and your friend Steve and his Tepig. My friend Laura loves Black and White, so I know she was hyped about Tepig. Right now, I'm leaning towards Chikorita. I have become more of a grass girly as I grew up. I've never chose Chikorita. Cyndaquil was my Gen 2 and will forever be my Gen 2. I did get that sleeping Totodile, so I do have a newfound love for Totodile. I don't know. I'm really leaning towards Chikorita. No hate to Tepig, but it is the last of my choices. But maybe the evolutions will completely change my mind. We don't know. We can highly speculate that we are going to get new final evolutions for these guys just because of the last Legends. I also wonder if we're not, and they're just gonna get Mega Evolution, since this is Kalos. This is Mega. Like, are we not gonna get a final evolution and only get Megas? Or are we gonna get both? So many questions, not enough answers. But we're gonna keep watching. I'm so like glad the catch style is back, but I also love it looks like there's like a quick move thing, because none of the like battle menus popped up. So I think like with Scarlet and Violet you have like you can just shoot out the Pokemon. This I love too. We'll talk more about that later in this. I just think it's so interesting. And of course, we get our megas back. Only a few megas have been confirmed for this game, which I find very interesting. I love the greenery. AZ and his Floetta and 10% Zygarde. Obviously the best Zygarde, in my opinion.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumio City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumios is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumio City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner. Chikorita,
I really wonder
Tepig,
who is showing
and
us these
Totodile.
Pokemon.
You'll choose one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumio City and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter.
I did not notice.
When you arrive in Lumios, you'll meet a new friend
clip?
and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
I really wish I could get Tawny.
The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also
is a
meet his
giant
partner, Floette. Lumios's redevelopment is being...
Okay, so we were just talking about Floette because obviously you can't get that Floette anywhere right now. I would love to see an evolution for that Floette. It is so unique. I would love to see what Florges looks like from that. But I heard it doesn't have an evolution, it's just Floette.
Managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO, Jet.
Okay, the fact that this big company is the one, like, doing this revitalization project to have peace between people and Pokemon is really sketchy to me. Like, are they actually just really good and using their money for good? Or is there some ulterior motive? Like, if they do this enough, it's gonna bring out Zygarde and they can try and capture Zygarde? That's where my head goes. But this man, Vinny, I think he has a Baneri clip. Is he rocking with Baneri? That would be so funny. This big stoic giant with a cute little bunny.
Will make your time in Lumios all the richer.
We're gonna have to look at his character model more.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumios, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
Okay, I love these wild zones. But why are you leaving a car here? Take this car out of here. The Pokemon don't want the car.
To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target.
Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but one, I never even looked at all the Pokemon it has here. What do we have? Chikorita. Spura? I think that's Spura? That might be wrong. I know who this is, but I can't think of the name. Fletchling, Bunnelby, Swablu, and I can't wait for Swirlix. Swirlix is a cutie. But anyway, Chikorita got Flaffy down to 0. Like, is that a thing that can happen in this? See, I think, like, it just has, like, a preset move it can use. And, like, it looks like down here, you can see we can switch the Pokemon kind of like the first Legends.
Making it easier to catch.
I love the little register thing. That's just a
This
nice
game
little touch
offers
to
a
me.
style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand.
I love that. Like, so much more strategy and thinking to it. And, like, you could have long-range Pokemon going up against short-range Pokemon. And you have to figure out how to, like, actually get that to work. Like a real Pokemon battle, it's just so much more immersive. And obviously you can move again. I was, like, so hyped about that, but I forgot you could do that in the original Legends. But I really love this long range, short range. I think it just brings another level to battling. Because a lot of times I just spam battles. They're not that interesting to me, at least in the game. But now that brings, like, a whole new level, and I actually have to pay attention to things like that.
Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution. When a trainer's Keystone resonates with the Megastone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
I
As
already
Lumiose
love the
continues
way
its transformation into
I
a
know
city
a
that
lot of
belongs
people
to
were
both
hating
people
on it,
and Pokemon,
but if this is
who
the way
knows
it
what
looks
kinds of encounters
now,
and
I can't wait to
experiences will
see.
await you. Pokemon Legends ZA.
I am a little upset
Coming
we don't
late
have a release
2025.
date yet. I don't know if that's normal though. I don't understand what this is. Like, what does this mean? This is a promotion match announcement. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that last part is supposed to be. But yeah, I'm very hyped about it. A lot of people are already hating on the graphics. I think they are a lot better than what we got before. I think it's definitely an improvement. I think it's going the right way. I don't know what people are wanting. Maybe they still want the hyper realistic. I don't want that. Keep my Pokemon cute and playful, and just a place for me to escape to and have fun. That's what I personally want. Everyone has their own opinion, but Pokemon is targeted towards kids. I don't think we're ever gonna get a super gritty game. I don't know. That's what I think. It's my opinion on that. I think these look really good, and we still have time for them to get better. Obviously, I don't know the full gameplay because I haven't played. What I see, for me, looks good. I enjoy it. It's a nice vibe. I think it looks nice and pretty. And we'll see what goes from there. Okay, the website. The website always has just a little bit more information than we ever see in the videos. So I always like to go to the website to look at things. I definitely learned some things that were not in the video. So right here, it talks about the redevelopment plan, and it talks about how more greenery now adorns the city alongside with facilities with cutting edge feel. So we didn't really talk about this. Last Legends was way in the past. This one has to be in the future. Like, adorns more greenery, has a more cutting edge feel, so more technology. And plus we have AZ with his Floetta. Those events did not happen till the actual X and Y games, so it has to be after X and Y, which I find very interesting. Obviously, I think Legends is not obviously, but now I think Legends is not necessarily referring to Legends of past. I think it's referring to legendary Pokemon. It's like Legends Arceus focused on Arceus. This one's gonna focus on Zygarde. Zygarde didn't have a lot to do with the X and Y games. This is his game. I think that's what we're now going for. And to me, future makes sense for Zygarde. Zygarde has this look and feel of like a more technological Pokemon. I am a little upset because I remember the lore of X and Y being like so deep and we were waiting for something to happen, like, oh, Kyurem finally combines with Zekrom and Xerneas, and that's what brings the ultimate Zygarde to fruition, because ultimate Zygarde only comes out in a disaster, from what I remember. And so the perfect dragon against ultimate Zygarde, that was like a theory I really wanted to come alive in this Legends game, but maybe that's a little too far. Maybe it'll come in the future. I don't know, but this is what we got right now, and it's definitely in the future from X and Y. Prism Tower. He talks about Prism Tower, which obviously is the Eiffel Tower. If I'm remembering correctly, that's where the gym is. So this is in the future. Are we getting adult Clement? He is the Lumiose leader. I would love that. But I don't know, again, I don't know how far in the future we are. Here is this gorgeous map. I love the art. I would love this as a poster. I have the Kalos region as a poster from X and Y. So yeah, if this is a poster, I definitely want it. Can I zoom in? Can we zoom in? Not really. Because there's obviously some things going on here. I don't know, this looks like it's the tower where the big corporation is. We do have this way on the edge. Are they gonna let us out of Lumiose? I don't think so, but why is this all the way on the edge and it's so prominent? I don't know what this is. It seems to be something. Where's the hotel? I can't find the hotel. But we also kind of look, we got like different colors. Like this is green, this is yellow, this is red, this is blue, pink maybe? But yeah, we're definitely divided. And we got different colors here. See, I don't know, guys. I think it looks nice. Like this grass texture, I think looks nice. Again, this is a still. It could look way different moving, but this looks upgraded to me. Again, it's a still. It could look very different when playing the game. There are definitely a few things like this is very flat. These windows, like they're supposed to have little trellises and they're just flat against the wall. Just little details like that I think could enhance it a lot. And again, they could still change this. They could still make these 3D going forward. Those are like such fine details that are usually like fixed at the end of the game. So fingers crossed that we get those small little details that really bring the game life. So we're a tourist when we get here. We're not from Lumiose, we are tourists. We're going to stay at AZ's hotel, which is called Hotel Z. People were like, how did the king become a hotel concierge? Obviously there's no king in Kalos anymore, so he can't go back to being the king. I think honestly, after 3,000 years, he just wants the quiet life, but also wants to socialize. So he runs a cute little quaint hotel. That's my headcanon right now. They talk a lot about the large corporation. To me, that's a red flag. I really wonder how much the Pokemon actually like the wild zones. And how did they get there? You're telling me Sandile just walked into this wild zone? This is an important part too. You can catch wild Pokemon living in wild zones or out and about in Lumiose City. So Pokemon are not just in wild zones. And you can see here with Flaffy. Why is Flaffy on a roof? But that's where Flaffy is. Maybe that's a wild zone. I guess that could be. But they're gonna be around Lumiose City too. Obviously, some Pokemon can live in Lumiose City, like Garbodor and Fletchling and Trubbish. Like, those are city Pokemon. But, like, Sandile and Launcher aren't necessarily gonna live in the city. Okay, the new battle mechanic. They talk a lot about using precise timing for swapping out Pokemon. So, I do think like that's gonna be a big part of this battle mechanic, but we'll see. I just like the fact that they call that out as in front of the lengths of attacks. To me, it feels like that's a big part of the mechanic. The hat looks fine here. I hate the hat here. I can't wait to get rid of the hat. Here are our starters once again. I really want to know what the decision was here. Because obviously we just have so many Pokemon. A lot of people are like, oh, because Johto hasn't gotten a remake in so long. Like, that's why we have all the Johto starters. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, here are our rivals. They look so cute. Obviously, we want Tawny. But I think if you choose a girl, you're gonna get Urbane. If you choose a boy, you're gonna get Tawny. I don't think you necessarily get to choose that. Okay, AZ. He stands over 9 feet tall. What a giant. This I think is interesting. He quietly harbors a strong determination and will. What does that mean? I feel like that's all they really talk about him. The fact that they brought them back though tells me there's a lot of lore behind this. And honestly, I think it's ultimately going to be AZ versus the big corporation. And you live with AZ, so I think he's meant to be a good guy. Okay, here's our CEO. I don't know, like it seems very light and fluffy. It seems like she hopes to deepen the bonds between Pokemon and people. But a lot of the villains in Pokemon, like ultimately, I think are very misguided. Like the way they talk is the things they talk about is not necessarily bad, but the way they go about it is bad. Vinny, okay, he has a Baneri and a Pancham little hair piece going on here. So are those gonna be his partners? Is he a double battler? He always seems busy and has a reputation for being a fast worker. Okay, that's not a lot of information. Zygarde! Obviously, this is Zygarde's game. Okay, this I didn't know. Zygarde is made up of multiple cell-like components, and it changes its form depending on how many of these components have gathered together. I knew that part. Its brain is made up of the few existing Zygarde cores, while the rest of its body is made up of Zygarde cells. I didn't know that. I did not know the difference between cores and cells, which are far more plentiful. It seems to have taken a special interest in you. What could its connection be to this story? My husband was so glad. Obviously, Zygarde 10% form is getting a little bit of love in the anime right now, but he thinks like this is like such a cool design. It has been underutilized, so he's very happy to see 10% in the trailer. Power of Mega Evolutions. So it shows us the few megas that are for sure in the game. Obviously, we got Gyarados. He's not down here for some reason. Charizard X, Charizard Y. We knew Charizard was coming. Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Ampharos, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Sableye, Mega Altaria, Mega Absol, Mega Lucario. Those are the only ones we know for sure are in this game. We don't know if they're gonna use every Mega. I don't know. That's what we got so far. I mean, obviously some were technically in Hoenn because of the Ruby Sapphire remakes. So maybe those ones won't show up here. We don't know yet. But I think they look great. I love the way they look. I love the way they looked in the game so far. I don't know. I personally think it looks good. Obviously, it looks very different when playing though, so we'll see. We'll see. And that's all we got. It's simultaneously releasing worldwide 2025. So I think it's gonna be like probably a holiday, November kind of release. They don't got anything else going on other than Champions this year that we know of. I think Champions is technically a spin-off. So me and my husband were talking, where's our spin-off? I think Champions is the spin-off. As much as I would love another Pokemon Snap, I don't think it's coming this year. And I do think at this point, if they're gonna make any other games, they're saving it for the 30th anniversary to just have all this excitement around the games. That's my 2 cents. I think we went over everything I wanted to go over. Obviously, there's still a lot of question marks and still a lot of theories to be had. I don't know. It's always interesting to hear what other people are saying, what other people think. So please start a conversation down in the comments, but let's be nice and respectful. It can get very heated in the Pokemon community, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to talk about what we think, expand our theories, listen to other people's theories. That's the kind of conversations I want to have. I'm not a game developer. I don't want to get into all the politics behind game development. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to actually talk about the games because I'm excited about them. I truly am. And so if you feel one way towards the games, let's just try and be friendly and civil and just talk to each other about them. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. You don't have to. And it'll all be fine. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the trailer that we got. I would love to hear yours, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!